Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news of this evening, joint police military operation seizes 1,616 pounds of ganja on Kingston Beach. A joint police military operation on Chinese Beach in Rockfort, eastern Kingston, led to the seizure of 1,616 pounds of ganja on Friday. Members of the Jamaica Defense Force and the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force discovered the contraband at about 6:10 p.m. The team searched an Isuzu Elf motor truck on the beach where the contraband was found. 119 people killed in traffic crashes this year, says ITA. Some 119 people have been killed in traffic crashes in Jamaica up to Friday, April 25, the Island Traffic Authority is reporting. The deaths have resulted from 105 fatal crashes. The ITA, in its latest daily traffic crash report, said fatalities were down 14% when compared to the prior year, while fatal crashes have declined by 13% during the comparable period. As a category of road users, motorcyclists account for the majority of those killed, with 32 fatalities, or 27% of the overall death toll. 28 pedestrians have been killed during the period, accounting for 24% of fatalities. Since the start of the year, private motor vehicle drivers have seen 27 fatalities among their ranks, accounting for 23% of those killed so far this year, while private motor vehicle passengers account for 16 fatalities, or 13%. Vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists and the pillion passengers combined account for 60% of fatalities since the start of the year. Overall, passengers account for 19% of those killed as of April 25. Meanwhile, males account for 82%, while females account for 18% of fatalities since the start of the year. A TV rider performing stunt crashes into vehicle during Carnival festivities. Amid the vibrant celebrations of the Carnival in Jamaica Road March, an accident disrupted the festivities on Hope Road in St. Andrew on Sunday. An all-terrain vehicle collided with a motor vehicle near the intersection of Arden Road. According to an eyewitness, the ATV rider was performing a stunt while turning off Arden Road when he crashed into the car. The incident comes after police had issued warnings that ATVs were strictly prohibited from participating in the Carnival parades. Authorities have not yet confirmed the extent of any injuries sustained, and the investigations are ongoing. The Carnival celebrations continued with high energy across Kingston, with hundreds of revelers taking to the streets in colorful costumes. Isaac Buchanan calls for urgent repairs to Port Antonio Post Office. People's National Party candidate for Eastern Portland, Isaac Buchanan, who is an attorney, has called for immediate repairs to be carried out on the Port Antonio Post Office in Portland. A statement from Buchanan on Friday said the post office has fallen into an alarming state of deterioration, requiring urgent attention from the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, under which portfolio the facility falls. The statement claimed that recent heavy rainfall exposed the post office's deplorable condition, with leaking roofs and paint buckets scattered inside the building to catch rainwater as evidence of the present situation there. Videos and images circulating on social media have laid bare the danger residents face, particularly senior citizens who rely on the post office for pension payments and other essential services, according to Buchanan. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a matter of dignity, safety, and the basic respect for the people of Portland, he declared. No one should have to dodge buckets and puddles just to collect their pension or conduct their business. It's disgraceful, Buchanan asserted. He blasted Member of Parliament for Eastern Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz, for what he described as a lack of urgency relative to addressing the situation. The people of Eastern Portland deserve better than neglect and excuses, Buchanan stated. Continuing, he said, "It's our seniors, the very ones who built this country, who are being forced to navigate these dangerous conditions. The post office isn't just a building, it's a critical lifeline for many in our parish." On that score, Buchanan demanded immediate repairs to the facility and urgent action to restore safe and proper conditions for the residents. Senate approves a bill to regulate the teaching profession. After extensive deliberations by a joint select committee spanning more than 3 years, the Jamaica Teaching Council bill was on Friday passed by the Senate with 38 amendments. The far-reaching piece of legislation that is aimed at establishing an improved accountability framework within the education sector while enhancing the status of the teaching profession will now go to the lower house for debate. The key feature of the bill is the establishment of the Jamaica Teaching Council, which will have the responsibility to regulate the sector and issue licenses to teachers. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, who closed the debate in the upper house, described the proposed statute as Jamaica's bill, noting that there were significant contributions from all stakeholders. She said that teachers will be given 24 months to apply for a license under the new arrangement following the promulgation of the legislation. According to Senator Morris Dixon, teachers who are already recognized under the Education Act by their existing qualifications will be deemed registered or enrolled under the proposed law. In his contribution to the debate, opposition spokesman on education, Damien Crawford, said that education was in a crisis in Jamaica. He said that only 18% of Jamaican students leaving high schools achieve 5 subjects, including math and English. He said the United States would not accept 18% of its students receiving passes in the General Education Development Test. Crawford also expressed a concern that Orlando Patterson's report on Jamaica's education sector has not been debated in Parliament. The report was released in 2022. If it is important, we should have had a parliamentary debate on it by now, Crawford insisted. Morris Dixon agreed with Crawford that there was a crisis in education, but noted that the government was taking steps to bring about a change. Noting that she took her role as education minister seriously, Morris Dixon said, "The results that we see are not what we want. No one wants the CXC results we saw last year. We have to do better for our children." Crawford, who was not a member of the Joint Select Committee who reviewed the bill, shared other concerns he had with the proposed law. He indicated that the bill appears to be more punitive than supportive to the education sector, citing heavy fines and even imprisonment for persons who teach without a license. Crawford said unlicensed teachers could be slapped with fines of $1.5 million or 12 months in jail for breaching the law. He said the offense of dangerous driving did not carry such a heavy fine. He also wants the bill to define the term competent to teach, noting that a teacher could be denied a license or renewal of a license without a misconduct, but just on the basis that he or she was not competent to teach. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.